In the Lagos of the 1990s, nightfall brought more than darkness. It brought fear. Men would disappear from their homes, from the streets, taken by men in uniforms, only to vanish without a trace. Families would search every police station, every detention center, pleading, begging. And every time, they were told the same thing: he was never here. Tunde, a young journalist with a restless curiosity, could not ignore the whispers. Something was hidden behind the walls of the city, something no one dared to speak of. One night, he saw it himself, a man dragged into a black van, disappearing into the shadows. And when Tunde followed, he found a compound abandoned to the world, yet alive with secrets. The ghost prison had claimed another soul. The old military camp loomed in the outskirts of Lagos, its gates rusted and crumbling, but its history refused to die. Tunde stepped inside, his footsteps echoing through empty corridors. Cells stood empty, but the air was thick with memories that refused to leave. Chains rattled in the wind, and faint whispers danced along the walls. As he searched, Tunde discovered shredded files, names erased as if the people had never existed. The tunnel beneath a forgotten cell called to him, darkness deeper than any night he had known. He descended, unaware that the ghosts of the vanished had been waiting for him. The tunnel ended at a grave too vast for words. Bones and forgotten belongings lay scattered, silent witnesses to the horrors that had transpired. And then he saw them, shadows of men who had vanished, whispering their last moments, their voices echoing through the cold walls. A retired officer, trembling, whispered a confession: they were never meant to be remembered. Tunde tried to flee, but the shadows stretched toward him, as though the past itself would not let him go. The ghost prison was alive, and it demanded acknowledgement. Tunde's revelations shook the city, igniting outrage, sorrow, and finally, justice. Mass graves were unearthed, identities restored, families finding closure for decades of uncertainty. The world learned the truth of the men erased in the night, but some ghosts remained. They wandered the streets, silent witnesses to the corruption and secrecy that once consumed a nation. And as Lagos slept, those who had vanished continued to whisper, to remind the living of the lives that were stolen, and the truth that can never be buried.